Good afternoon. Welcome to the graduation ceremony for the Shoreline Community College nursing class of spring 2020. We're going to do some virtual clapping today. I hope that if you're with your loved ones, you'll do a lot of actual clapping, but we're going to clap today because we're celebrating a wonderful, wonderful event today. I'm Mary Burrows. I'm the Associate Dean of Nursing. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and administration of Shoreline Community College, I'd like to welcome all of the family and friends of the graduates who are here to share in this celebration. Before we begin this ceremony, I would like to comment on the events of the last few weeks and months. As if a global pandemic, stay-at-home orders, and the loss of almost 500,000 people were not enough to make these times memorable, we also experienced racial injustice and social unrest. Students and faculty have been moved by these events. We are forever changed. Our program is forever changed. Our world is forever changed. Racism has become a public health issue, therefore a nursing issue. The faculty and the college commit to keeping racism and the inequities suffered by so many in the forefront of our minds as we move forward as educators and as a community. I ask that you, students, do the same. Commit to doing it differently, better than you have in the past, whatever that means for you. I've been known to quote Dr. Seuss. Usually it's from a poem. This time it's his words of wisdom. When something bad happens, you have three choices. You can either let it define you, let it destroy you, or you can let it strengthen you. Moving forward, I'd like to recognize some honored guests. Trustee Dr. Catherine D'Ambrosio, who is also a nurse. And I believe that Evan Poby, trustee also of the Board of Trustees, is also with us today. President of the college, Dr. Cheryl Roberts, and Vice President for Student Learning, Philip King, are also joining us. I'd also like to recognize the person who is the glue that holds our program together. This will need a big virtual clap, and that's for the fabulous nursing program coordinator, Sharon Lowenborg. And to our incredible nursing faculty who I've had the privilege of working with and who guide this excellent nursing program. And finally, all of the family members and friends of the graduates. Your support has been essential to these graduates achieving their dreams of becoming nurses. Thank you for all that you have done to support them in many different ways. Please give yourself a round of applause. Dr. Catherine D'Ambrosio is a practicing registered nurse since 1983. She was appointed by Washington's Governor Jay Inslee to serve on the Shoreline Board of Trustees since 2013. She has a message she would like to share from the Board of Trustees.
Hi, good afternoon. On behalf of Shoreline's Board of Trustees, I'm distinctly honored to share in your celebration and welcome each of you to this spring convocation, our first virtual convocation. For the families and friends, I always like to see how many people have been to a nursing convocation before, but I can't see you, so I guess I can't. But I'd like to thank you for all your support of your graduate, because I know it takes a lot. Convocations in nursing hark back to the Maltesian Crosses of St. George, first awarded in the 12th century, when nurses took vows to serve injured and infirmed crusaders. Following the Crimean War, which ended in 1856, the year before I graduated, Florence Nightingale was awarded the Maltesian Cross of St. George. Ms. Nightingale shared this honor by presenting medals of excellence to her most outstanding nursing graduates. American nurses have, for well over 150 years, carried on this tradition in our convocation ceremonies. Historically, nursing convocations or pinning ceremonies were held more dear to nurses than academic graduation ceremonies. Our nursing convocation ceremonies have, and even in these unprecedented days, symbolized the rite of passage from student nurse to professional nurse. When I was younger, only nurses were permitted to attend these sacred ceremonies, where each graduate's mentor pinned and then professionally guided the novice nurse ever after. And you can see my pins back here. What's imperative to know and take with you from this convocation ceremony and celebration is that, like the mentorships of old, your learning as nurses has just begun. You can never stop learning about the precise scientific professional nursing care needs of each of your patients. The health and function of our communities, our society, our world, and our future are depending upon each of you. Graduates, unlike many degrees and certificates that you have earned in the past and will no doubt earn in the future, this degree identifies who you are as well as what you do. You are now part of the most trusted profession in America. Each of you from this point forward, and now more than ever as nurses, each of you holds the health of our society in your hands. Stay safe, protect your patients, never look the other way. Protect yourself and protect your families. Shoreline's Board of Trustees wishes each of you all the very best as you embark upon your professional nursing future. You have our heartiest congratulations. Godspeed.
Thank you. Next, I'd like to introduce the SCAN's co-presidents, Derek Marshall and Brenna Hutton.
Hello, my name is Brenna Hutton, and I serve as one of the co-presidents of the Shoreline Community College Association of Nursing Students, which we abbreviate to SCANS. I'm just finishing my 5th quarter here at Shoreline, and it is my honor to speak on behalf of all the SCANS officers. I'd like to tell you about what SCANS is and to honor a few of these current graduates who have contributed greatly to SCANS' success. SCANS is a student-run club for past, present, and future nursing students. Every student enrolled in Shoreline's nursing program is automatically a member. SCANS provides a supportive network for incoming and current nursing students, fostering community between the various cohorts. SCANS also provides opportunities for students to become involved in outreach, fundraising, and leadership. Our student representatives work side by side with nursing instructors on several committees that directly affect our curriculum and community. We also organize fundraising drives and host several nursing program events. These endeavors include hosting a welcome celebration for incoming first quarter students, visiting the classrooms of nursing program prerequisites in person or virtually to speak with prospective nursing students and answer their questions, holding weekly presentations by members of the healthcare profession, which we call Lunch and Learn, holding an annual fundraiser for nursing students in financial need, and organizing book drives and food collections for local homeless shelters. This quarter, our students showed their commitment to SCANS by moving all of these events and efforts online, which required a great deal of planning and flexibility. Not only were their efforts continually recognized by our own students, SCANS was presented with the Shoreline Community College Skills Development Club Award, which recognizes both academic and non-academic opportunities for students to learn skills which better prepare them for life beyond the classroom. Nursing school is extremely rigorous, and reaching this ceremony requires an incredible amount of time and dedication. And yet, on top of that hard work, there are students who volunteer to take on additional responsibilities as officers within SCANS. Often this extra work coincides with the busiest part of the quarter. We're so grateful for the members of our graduating cohort for all the contributions you have made throughout your nursing experience here at Shoreline. This work truly has impacted countless students, and I personally am so proud to serve alongside you. At this point, my fellow co-president, Derek Marshall, is going to recognize 11 members of the graduating cohort who have served SCANS as officers at some point during their nursing school journey. Again, on behalf of the entire SCANS Club, I want to express my deep gratitude for the time and effort you have dedicated to your fellow students. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to honor the following students who have given their time to SCANS. Emma Abdiva, Cherry Akala, Josh Aldrich, Kenneth Christolaw, Kendra Droppers, Justine Florence, Gwen LeBlanc, Grady McGuire, Sarah Power, Angela Thompson, Jessica Wilkins Gutierrez. Thank you all for all the time that you have given to SCANS.
Thanks, Darren, Brenna, sorry. Next, we have a special ceremony to induct some of our graduates into our Honor Society. I'd like to introduce Faculty Advisor Anna Sterner.
Good afternoon, everyone, and congratulations, graduates. Wanted to introduce the Nursing Honor Society. It's called the Organization for Associate Degree Nurses, shortened to ODEN, and it is the Nursing Honor Society National for those graduates from our program and other associate degree programs. Our specific chapter is Alpha Delta Nu, and the graduates today that we're inducting became provisional members by demonstrating their scholarship. They needed to have an average of a 3.0 GPA for their prerequisite courses, and then they needed to attain and maintain a 3.0 GPA for each of their nursing courses, as well as demonstrating professional and integrity conduct in the campus and in their clinicals. And so we are thrilled to be inducting them today. They did pick up their cords and their pins and their certificates, and we honor your scholarship. So I want to introduce to you Brittany Winslow, and Brittany is a Shoreline nursing student who is the president of the Alpha Delta Nu chapter.
Hi, everyone. I am the president of the Honors Society here at Shoreline Community College. I have the honor of inducting the people who put the hard work into honors. Emma Abdiva, Kata Brim, Kenneth Christula, Kendra Droppers, Justine Florence, Connor Leahy, Gwen LeBlanc, Reagan McKenna, Sarah Pur, Elisa Reyes, Casey Schultz, Leslie Wade. Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations. Each class chooses one of their classmates to be their student speaker. This class has chosen Rachel McCallum.
Hi, everyone. How are you? My name is Rachel McCullum, and I'm honored to be here tonight as the class speaker for our spring 2020 nursing graduation. First off, I'd like to thank our clinical and theory instructors that we have had these past 2 years. Thank you for guiding us and giving us everything that we would need to know about this most important nursing process. I'd also like to thank Sharon and the rest of the nursing coordinators. Thank you for always making sure that we were in check with our red folders. Also, I'd like to thank the family and friends here tonight. I am so sorry. I was just surprised. My family just flew in. Thank you for listening and understanding these past 2 years. It has been a roller coaster. I think I can speak for everyone when I say this has been the most interesting journey I have ever taken. And I can honestly say I would not know what to do without you guys. Family and friends, thank you for listening to us when we were complaining about communications class. Thank you for understanding words and things you probably have never heard of, like pink frothy sputum and dysphagia. Thank you for filling us up when we felt most empty and we felt like we could not go on. We made it. I'd also like to say that not only do we have nursing graduates here today, but we have mothers and we have fathers. We have people who have worked multiple jobs while going to school. We are the only class that have been fully online this quarter. And not only that, we have witnessed a global COVID-19 pandemic. We got through a local snowmageddon during second quarter. And now we are witnessing a worldwide social and civil revolution. Through these ups and downs, we have made it, guys. I'd also like to thank you guys for being here today, for joining our virtual graduation. This is not what we pictured, but we make it work because we're nurses. I would like to share my most favorite memory of nursing school today. On the first day of school, Prue told us to draw ourselves on the board where we think we are. She drew us a boat. And we were all excited. And as you can see, everyone is smiling. We're all on the boat. We're ready for this journey. Some of us more prepared than others. Unfortunately, the storm came. And I think it was second or third quarter, we were asked then to draw ourselves on the boat, where we are and how we're struggling with this journey. And this is kind of what our boat looked like. People were being eaten by sharks. People were drowning. And some people did not know what was going on. But through it all, guys, we have made it. We are here today. And this is kind of what our boat looks like now. And in closing, I'd just like to say that through it all, we have made it together. And more than ever now, I know that nursing is always and will forever be a team commitment. Thank you for your compassion and your sacrifice and the teamwork. We have weathered that storm, guys, and our hard work has paid off. Congratulations.
I'm really excited that your family came in for you. That's really special.
Thank you.
How fun. Graduating class also chooses a faculty member to speak. And today they've chosen Professor Betty Cost.
Hello out there in Zoom land. This is not how I usually do a speech, but this is the way it's got to be. So here goes. Welcome, family, friends, faculty, administrators, and graduates to the graduation ceremony of spring 2020. I want to thank the graduates for the honor of speaking with you today. I want to start my remarks with a quote from Man vs. Wild, Bear Grylls, who's a British adventurer who you've all seen survive in the wild. It's only when we get kicked down that we see what we are made of. It's easy to be positive when everything is going well. But the heart of all endeavors is the ability to stagger back to our feet and keep moving forward, however grim it gets. This quote embodies a nurse's heart in the face of adversity. There are countless nurses out there who are working hard to keep COVID-19 patients alive. Every day they put on their scrubs, kiss their family goodbye, and go into battle with the disease that has taken thousands of people in the US and the world. Their resilience is the backbone of our healthcare system. You have that kind of resilience. Since you started nursing school, like Rachel said, your cohort encountered Snowmageddon, where we missed 2 weeks of school because of snowstorms. Then in the fall, you learned how to take exams online with ExamSoft. And I know some of you struggled with that. I know I did too. Another snow emergency at the beginning of winter 2020. And then at the end, we had to go completely online at the very end. And now what happens? In spring 2020, we're completely online for both theory and clinical. And that was hard. It was hard for faculty, it was hard for students, it was hard for administrators. And I want to tell you, you made it through. You're about to join the most trusted profession in the United States. This trust is sacred and must not be broken. You've learned clinical reasoning, self-awareness, and the skills to continue this tradition. Although your knowledge in pathophysiology and nursing process will be the foundation of your nursing practice, you will continue to learn new information each day of your professional life. Nursing is not easy, but if you want it easy, you wouldn't be graduating today from nursing school. So let me leave you today with some advice. Reflect on your practice each day. I can hear you groaning out there. No, I don't mean filling out countless logs, but think about your day and strive for improvement. Try to learn something new each day, whether it be how to approach an out-of-control patient or how to comfort a coworker who is sad because his patient has died unexpectedly. Bring joy into your life and the lives of your patients. A smile, a touch can change a person's day in ways that we might not know. Joy is what keeps us resilient and ready to meet each day with compassion and understanding and hope. Remember that you are a team. You are not alone. Ask for help if you're overwhelmed. Ask for clarification when you don't understand something, and support others on your team when they need help too. Lastly, remember that you are human too. Be kind to yourself. We all make mistakes. The key is to learn from them and go on to become a better nurse. Also, when you are feeling that you can't go on, remember why you went to nursing school. You will have days that are so hard that you are completely drained. Go home, take a shower, and imagine the cares of the day washing away, and then put your head up, say that you got this, and tell your family that you love them. You are ready, you are ready to go out there and become the nurse you dream of. So who is the nurse? You are the nurse. I'm proud to call you a colleague, and congratulations to you all.
Thank you, Betty. Next on the agenda is the presentation of graduates. As Betty and I read each graduate's name, you'll see a slide made by the graduate. We'll share with you what their plans are after graduation and read a thank you that they have written. Emma I knew I'd do that, Emma. I'm so sorry. Abdieva. Emma wants to visit her family in Kyrgyzstan. Oh boy. Kyrgyzstan, thank you, before starting her career as an RN at Harborview Medical Center. She wants to thank her sister Gigi and her boyfriend Cameron for gracefully embracing her absenteeism and for supporting her through school in all the ways a family possibly can. She also wants to thank her sister from another Mr. Gwen LeBlanc from carrying her through this program. She would have never been able to do that without you. Sherry Akala. Sherry's plan is to apply to a residency program for postpartum or labor and delivery, and later an RN to BSN. She wants to thank her family, especially her husband, Dennis, her kids, her mom and friends who have supported her through this journey. She also wants to thank her instructors and cohort who pushed her, encouraged her, and cheered her up through all the hard times. Stanley Akabogu. Stanley, after graduation, he plans to take a couple of weeks to spend time with family before resuming work at Providence Regional Medical Center. He says, firstly, I would like to thank Sharon. She was the first face I met at Shoreline. She has been a tireless in ensuring she helps everyone out. I want to thank my instructors for all the encouragement and support. Then my cohort, all I can say is I love you all and don't be strangers. Let's keep in touch. Josh Aldrich. After graduation, Josh plans on taking the NCLEX, good idea, and then finding a job as an RN in an outpatient setting. He says, I would like to thank all of the wonderful faculty members that have put in hours of hard work in order to help us succeed. I would also like to thank everyone in my cohort. You guys are amazing. I love you all, and don't be strangers. Oops. I wouldn't have been able to make it through without you. Ekaterina Brim. Her current plan is to begin a residency at the cardiac care unit at UW-MC. She says, my whole cohort for being fantastic and a supportive group of people. Kenneth Christala. Kenneth is looking for work in critical care or the emergency room. He wants to thank all of the nursing school staff at Shoreline Community College. Robin Marie Cueves. Robin plans on an RN residency in postpartum or peds. She says, I would like to thank my parents, family, friends, boyfriend, and God for supporting me through this journey. Jamie Davidson. Jamie has accepted a position as an RN at an ambulatory surgical center. She says, I would like to thank my ever supportive fiance, Alex, and family. Bridget Del Caluza. Bridget plans to apply at Multicare Healthcare System and enter her RN to BSN at UW-Tacoma in 2021. She would like to thank Donna Wabe and Christine Dallenbach. Kendra Droppers. Kendra is pursuing a career in pediatric nursing. She says, my fiance, Austin, for constant support, feeding me, supplying endless amounts of caffeine, and dragging me outside every now and then. My family for allowing me to be selfish with my time for study. Kelsey Fernandez. Kelsey is going to start as an RN on the medicine telemetry unit at Harborview Medical Center and begin an MSN program through WGU in November. She says, I'd like to give a special thanks to my husband, Julian, parents, Carl and Barbara, and my in-laws, Javier and Patrice, my cousin, Jenny, aunt and uncle, Patty and Mike, and friends, Mara and Kelly. They've seen me through this journey, loved and supported me, and I couldn't have gotten through it without their encouragement. Thank you, love you all, and God bless. Justine Florence. She plans to obtain a nurse residency position and fulfill her BSN within 2 years of graduation. She plans also to relax and take her dog on adventures. She says, my supportive husband and family, my wonderful cohort, and all of the amazing nursing program staff and SCC. Thank you. Michael Graham. Michael will be working as an RN in oncology at Virginia Mason. He would like to thank his mom and dad, his fiance, and his classmates. Iris Kim. Iris Kim will be working on a med-surg unit at Evergreen Hospital. She says, I would like to thank my mom, grandparents, and siblings for their unconstitutional love and support. Connor Leahy. Connor plans to attain his nurse practitioner. He would like to thank his family and friends. Betty?
I'm getting there. Hang on. All right, Gwen LeBlanc. She's going to start an RN residency at Evergreen Hospital in oncology. She would like to thank her family and friends, especially her husband, Mark, and our kids, Amy and Joe. I would also like to thank the nursing faculty and her amazing cohort. Z. Yuen Lee. She's going to take the NCLEX and get a job. She would like to thank her husband and parents. Rachel McCallum. She wants to relax a bit, study and pass the NCLEX, start working as an RN in pediatrics, and plan her wedding. Congratulations. She says, I'd like to thank my friends and family for supporting me. I'd like to thank my fiance, Logan, for dealing with my crazy schedules and putting up with my roller coaster of emotions. And most importantly, my study group. Couldn't have done it without you guys. Grady McGuire. He's going to continue working at Harborview in an RN residency. He would like to thank the physician's assistant who stitched him up in Nevada, nurses I work with, and Ashley. Reagan McKenna. Her plan is to continue her education and pursue a master's degree in nursing while beginning her career as a practicing nurse. She would like to thank her supportive husband, Mitch, for keeping her grounded, her parents and extended family, keeping her motivated, and her friends for keeping her sane. When she's going to get her BSN, work and travel. She wants to spend a lot of time with her family. She would like to thank me, Betty Koss, Ba Monk, Chong those are the in-laws, Eric and Arthur, and all her family and friends. Sarah Power. She plans on having a truly good time sitting lakeside, hiking, camping, and giving my dog the attention he deserves for the last 2 years before I began working as a nurse. She would like to thank her boyfriend, Nick, for standing by her side for the past 2 years and never doubting me. Her family and friends for their continuous support, and Reagan, Rachel, Alyssa, Kendra for being more than just a study group. Elisa Reyes, she wants to travel this summer and then start working this fall and apply for BSN programs. She would like to thank her husband, Anthony, and friends and study buddies in her cohort. Casey Schultz, he wants to start work and he would like to thank the faculty. Kate Slovak, she doesn't have anything. Connie Soriano, she wants to pass the NCLEX and take a vacation. I don't blame you, Connie. I plan to work on oncology or a medical surgical unit. She says she wants to thank her family who supported her, especially her spouse, kids, her mom, and her friends. Also friends that I made in the cohort. Yelena Devanovich, she wants to work on a labor and delivery unit or postpartum. She wants to thank her parents, her husband, her sister, her grandparents, and the rest of her family. Angela Thompson, she will start a residency at Swedish First Hill in the antepartum unit in August and probably start her BSN after a 1 to 2 year break from school. She would like to thank Betty Cost and Christy Dollenbach. She would also like to thank her mom. Leslie Way. She hopes to get a job as an RN and she wants to thank her family and friends. Sizu Wang. She wants to take a trip to China to visit her family and then continue studying in a BSN program that starts in the fall. She would like to thank her mother, Ling Wang, and her father, Jean Zhao, for their unconditional support and love. Jessica Wilkins Gutierrez. She has accepted a residency program at Swedish First Hill on the inpatient surgical unit. She would like to thank her incredible partner, Josh, for joining her and supporting her on this challenging adventure. She'd also like to thank her mother, Jody, for being her best friend, not my best friend, and always being her cheerleader in life. She would also like to thank her siblings, stepmom, aunt, uncle, and cousins who have been there for her to lean on when she wanted to give up. And her closest friends who spoil her with their encouragement, even though she hasn't been able to visit them since she started nursing school. Without each of them, she wouldn't have survived nursing school.
How about a rounding virtual applause for our graduates? Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Another tradition at nursing graduations is for all of the nurses, including the graduates, to recite the Nurses Pledge, which is an adaptation of the Florence Nightingale Pledge. It's here on the screen. Would all of the nurses in the audience and graduates please stand up and join me in reciting the pledge? I solemnly pledge myself to give to the service of my humanity and will endeavor to practice my profession with conscience and with dignity. I will maintain by all the means of my power the honor and noble tradition of my profession. The total health of my patients will be my first consideration. I will hold in confidence all matters, personal matters coming to my knowledge. I will not permit consideration of religion, nationality, race, or social standing to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. Congratulations, graduates. Best wishes as you go forth in your nursing career. We expect to hear from you in the next few weeks as you pass NCLEX and get those jobs. And don't forget that you will hear from us in 6 to 9 months to complete that post-graduation survey required for accreditation and to maintain our quality program. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Be sure to watch the media presentation that follows. Congratulations to the class of spring 2020.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. Something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.